Exploring local and community history is a great way to gain a deeper understanding of the culture, customs, and traditions found throughout the Palm Beaches. I'm Theo Dorsey, your host for the Palm Beaches TV Watch Party series. Palm Beach County, Florida is the sports fishing capital of the world, a tradition that dates back more than 100 years. Let's take a look at the story behind what makes the Palm Beaches a world-class destination for this sport.
Settle along 47 miles of beautiful Atlantic coastline, Palm Beach County, Florida has long been a mecca for sport fishing enthusiasts. Graced with a mild climate and bounded with waters nourished by the warm Gulf Stream current, the Palm Beach's coastal waters host a rich reserve of marine life and has been known as the sport fishing capital of the world for over 100 years.
And he strikes. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. She sets the hook and the battle begins.
As one of the oldest fishing clubs in America, the West Palm Beach Fishing Club has helped make the Palm Beaches America's first resort destination. Come on, let's go inside and find out more. Joining me now is Tom Twyford, the president of the West Palm Beach Fishing Club, and he's here to tell us how the sport of fishing helped make the Palm Beaches America's first resort destination. Welcome, Tom.
Thanks, Keely. Always enjoy talking fishing. You know, our history fishing in the Palm Beaches really can date back to when a guy named Henry Flagler built a railroad that brought everybody down to this region. So in the early 1900s, the Florida East Coast Railway was developed, and as a result, major hotels sprung up in the Palm Beaches and the West Palm Beach area. The Royal Poinciana Hotel, for example, was one of the world's largest wooden structures at the time, and people would come down here in their own private rail cars, believe it or not, and stay for the season. And it wasn't too long after that that they discovered the fishing was really, really good here. Fishing in this region has really helped give the Palm Beaches its own unique identity. And a lot of that has to do with its geographic position in Florida. Nowhere does the Gulf Stream current come any closer to the continental United States than here off the Palm Beaches. And so the Gulf Stream is like a warm water river that flows northward and brings with it all kinds of marine life, lots of great game fish that sportsmen are really excited to chase after. And then of course to the western communities we have Lake Okeechobee, one of the most famous bass fishing locations in all of America. And then positioned in between are all kinds of wonderful canals and intercoastal waterway waters that attract a lot of different types of fish as well. And so early on, around the turn of the century, people discovered that this was a really great place to catch a lot of different types of fish, especially sailfish. And every winter we have a sailfish migration that is pretty much unrivaled by a lot of other geographic locations, again because of our proximity to the Gulf Stream current. And so the West Palm Beach Fishing Club was founded in the early 1930s to capitalize on this annual fish migration. Again, it was something that no other community could really brag about. It gave us a special identity and really led to a boon in tourism. And when tourists came here, they liked what they saw, they brought their families down, they bought homes here, they started businesses here, and so fishing is deeply connected to the roots of Palm Beach's tourism heritage.
But no matter where you cast a line, in streams, lakes, or into the sea, fishing is fun.
You got that right. Fishing is fun. And with 47 miles of coastline, it's also vital to our local and community history. Now let's change things up a bit and head to Pearl City in Boca Raton. Frank Licari visited this historic neighborhood and he spoke with some longtime residents about the community's legacy of perseverance and progress.
some singers in here. What have you seen here over the years? What are the changes that have happened? Because you're the original city.
What I remember about it is the dirt roads. We would walk barefoot through the path to go over to our grandmother's house in the hot sand. And when she first came here, she was living in a thatch hut. All we did was fish and hunt.
Well, that's all probably you could do at that time, right? So, Pastor Troy, you got here in December, and you came to this very historic church, the oldest church in the area. Tell me what your initial impression was when you first got here.
To be honest with you, I never knew that there was a place called Pearl City. According to the church, this is Macedonia in Boca Raton, right? And then you pull in, and there's this sign that says Historic Pearl City, and then you start to get all the stories, and you really start to uncover what the truth is about everything, right?
Right. What do you see? What's the future here?
So there's a sign when you walk in that says, in this place we do loud, we do big, we do family, we do love. I think that's just what I want for this place.
That's a recipe for success.
That's
in
how
anything.
it works, right?
It's great stuff.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Leaving behind the vibrant history of Pearl City, we journey north to the stunning Jupiter Inlet Lighthouse. This iconic landmark offers a glimpse into Florida's maritime history and boasts breathtaking views from the top.
Welcome to Jupiter. I'm Josh Liller. I'm the historian for the Loxahatchee River Historical Society. We're all about preserving the history of Jupiter-Tequesta area and the Loxahatchee River region, from our early Native Americans to the pioneers, all the way through present day. And of course, that includes our beautiful, historic, iconic lighthouse behind me. Been here since 1860. So we're here in Jupiter, where we've had people living for 5,000 years. People started coming down here to the Jupiter area in the late 19th century. They came down the Indian River first to hunt and fish. This was the end of the Indian River, and the lighthouse was a great place to stop to find out more about the area from the lighthouse keepers, get fresh water at the well at the lighthouse. And as more people started coming down here via the steamboats, later the railroads, people were settling along the Loxahatchee River, enjoying the great fishing, starting to become farmers in the area and eventually homesteaders. Where we are right now is the site of the Carlin House. This was a pioneer establishment, our first land-based hotel in Jupiter. The Carlin family first worked at the Lighthouse, and then Captain Carlin became head keeper of the new life-saving station where Carlin Park is today. Having built this house for his family, he realized that they could also open up as a boarding house to provide a place to stay for the people coming down in the steamboats, looking for land to buy, waiting for the railroad down to Lake Worth. And the Carlin House opened up as our first hotel. While Captain Carlin was busy with the life-saving station and boat building, his wife Mary and their daughters ran the house as a boarding home and an amazing restaurant, provided real high-quality hospitality down here, and that life-saving station that I mentioned brought new pioneers to this area from the crew. They worked at the station helping to save people, and they realized it was such a great area, they wanted to move here permanently too. One of those guys was Harry Du Bois. He started growing pineapples and then bought the property right by the inlet. They included a Native American shell mound dating back thousands of years. In 1898, he built a home on top of that mound that's still there today. Harry raised a family there with his wife, who he met when she was teaching school in Jupiter. Bessie's work would later be the foundation for our historical society.
See, there's always so much to see and do here in the Palm Beaches, and there's often a fascinating story behind our most iconic landmarks. Come and join us. You can go sightseeing and you can get a fun history lesson all at the same time. Gotta love it. Visit thepalmbeaches.tv to watch full episodes of today's shows and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. I'm Theo Dorsey, and I'll see you next week.